Well, here we are. I've not only got the flywheels parted now, but I've got the all the components that I want to look at taken apart. I've checked with a little rod that I use and some WD-40 that the relief valve springs open and closed, and I've checked with compressed air blocking the hole that feeds the crank pin and making sure that the relief valve lifts and blows off, and it does, and it closes again tightly and cleanly, so I've got no worries about that, and the spring feels good and strong. The only thing that I would change at the moment, I've checked the big end against the floating bush on the crank pin and in the conrod, and the fit of them is fantastic. It's like new, honestly. Um, the only thing that I would change if it was my crank is this one thrust washer. We've got a bit of a build up of rust on its face that faces the flywheel, which could possibly lead to a bit of binding, but you don't want that dirty rust in there anyway. That said, that might clean off with the wire wheel anyway, but everything else is in good condition. I'd probably give the conrod a good polish, but it's up to the owner to decide what he wants to do and whether he wants me to put it back together with one new thrust washer if necessary, or what else really. But as I've said earlier, in view of my recent sort of, I wouldn't say experiences directly, but I have heard of two engines that I've rebuilt in recent times where I fitted new floating bushes and they haven't lasted very long at all. Well, this one is not going to have been bashed out in someone's shed halfway around the world. It would have been made in Redditch, and it looks good to me. I would stick with this one myself, but up to the owner, and we'll see where it goes from there.